I want to help you answer two of the most popular questions that I get as a sex, intimacy, and trauma therapist. Am I enough? Am I normal? Stick with me. I'm going to give you the answer or the way to answer these for yourself. I'm Darshana Avila, your guide to all things erotic wholeness. Delighted as always to be here with you. So, I talk to a lot of people about the most vulnerable facets of their lives, their sense of self, identity, intimate experiences, really challenging ones, really amazing ones. And everybody wants to know some version of, am I normal? And there's a question that's always there of, am I enough or am I too much? Is the other iteration of that one. So I want to really take a moment to speak to this because this is like the most tender, vulnerable, beating heart of our experience, our sense of self identity, particularly when we are relating with another person in that most vulnerable and tender part of ourselves. First of all, what the hell is normal? Really, truly. Notions of normal come from cultural, contrived standards that, yes, there is something to be said for having a set of norms that help us to know where we fit in, have a sense of belonging in a wider landscape. But in the times that we're living in, with so many billions of people on the planet and a deeper understanding, perhaps than ever, about all the ways that we can have a human experience, normal is a really hard thing to hone in on. And there are so many ways to be you. So, whether we're talking about your gender, your relationship style, the ways you like to have sex, any and all of that and beyond, there isn't really ever going to be an answer to, yes, this is normal. Or another way to go about that is to say there's actually very little that's abnormal. What we're into, who we like, the way we want to love, as long as it is not causing harm. And this is not like an opportunity for like some right-winged, conservative people to be like, "Oh, this harms me." I'm talking about as long as whatever's going on is between consensual adults who are freely choosing in an informed way the way that they want to express themselves, engage with each other. Honey, just about anything that you can think of is normal. And me sitting in the seat that I do professionally, I've heard it all. I mean, really, I'm a hard person to shock. So when I tell you that you are normal, I hope you'll believe me. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Now, the other is this question of enough, too much, am I not? That too tends to derive from these cultural scripts that we've been handed about the right ways to be and the right size or shape or amount of, for instance, sexual, particularly for girls and women, those who are AFAB. The indoctrination that we get is, you want to be sexy to this measure in these circumstances, but then chaste and demure in these others. And there's a lot of confusion implicit in that about how to really claim our authentic selves, take up space, take up our right sizeness in our sexuality. And in that way, what I really want you to hear is that it's highly subjective. You might be too much for some people. You might be not enough for some people. Neither of those realities has any bearing on your intrinsic worth as an individual. And that's the piece that we so often gloss over. We're so busy worrying about how we measure up in relationship to someone else, whether that's an individual or a community or, wider circles of belonging. But really and truly, when we notice ourselves in that question, more than anything, it's an opportunity to turn toward ourselves for some deep healing work within. This is true self-love, true self-intimacy, is resolving those places in us that are questioning, am I enough? Am I too much? And telling ourselves, even if it's like deep in the subconscious, that if we can't answer those questions like in a definitive, no, you are not, you are perfect, you are right size, that there is something wrong with us, we get to resolve those hurt places within us. We get to resolve those insecure places within us. I am not sitting here trying to act as if this is a quick and easy thing to do. I have been at this for a long time, and even though this is my work in the world, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing it forever. What I want is for you to hear from someone who is opening up her heart with all the compassion, all the sincerity, all the love. If you're listening to this and this is what you need to hear today, please take it in. You are enough. You are exactly right-sized you in your queerness, in your weirdness, in your straightness, in your vanillaness, in your kinkiness, whatever your iterations of self, whatever your erotic expressions, you are exactly, perfectly, right-shapedly and sizedly, I'm making up words now, you. So, how do you really abide in that? It's got to be more than my say so, right? This is encouragement. Hopefully, it's a seed of hope and inspiration if that's what you're needing. But this is deep inner work, and it's a very personal journey, which is not to say that you have to take it alone. Being guided, being encouraged, having supportive community. I have leaned into all those things and continue to heavily. None of us gets anywhere on our own. We are all walking each other home. So in this work of erotic wholeness, this body of work that is my deep passion in the world, that's what we're up to, lifting each other up, learning, growing, thriving together. It is about collective liberation. If that speaks to you, please come join me in Galgasm. This is a free online community that I am curating specifically for women and AFAB folk who are down to weave webs of connection and community with other sex positive folks, others who are really interested in their personal development and in our collective liberation. The link is below. I can't wait to see you in there. And make sure you're subscribed here so you don't miss out on any more of these pearls of wisdom and inspiration. I'll see you soon.